Hello. Now then, welcome to the MastoCast, the monoblog podcast hosted by yours truly, MastoDan 92. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a nice weekend if you listen to this today. It comes out on Friday. This is episode 32. 32. Hope you're having a good one. Apologies for there not being an episode last week. Had a bit of a carry on at home with our pet rabbits falling out and stuff like that, so we had to keep an eye on them and such like that. So it was a bit of a bit of a bad time. We had to you know stop what we were doing and get on with that. And it's been a long week because we've had to look after our rabbits who had a bit of a nasty fight. So apologies for there not being an episode, but we're back on schedule now. We're back on schedule, pretty much. I hope you're doing well. Thanks to anyone who's listened to the previous episodes, and it's good to be back recording my horrible voice for you all. So because of the week that we've had, me and Hurley, it's been not a lot has happened really, but thought I'd chat about a few things that's been going on. So because I've had to look after the rabbits, I've had to stay downstairs quite a lot. Just to make sure that they're getting on okay and not tearing each other's eyes out. Been doing a lot of gaming, been playing a lot of Ocarina of Time, and I'm loving that game a lot. I've had people say like anyone who plays Ocarina of Time who has no sort of nostalgia to it, who's playing it for the first time now, will probably find the game like outdated and such. But I'll be honest, I'm not really feeling like that's outdated at all. Like I'm loving every second of it. The controls are a bit hard to get used to sometimes, but that's about it. Because I'm basically doing like all the temples at the moment. Like I just done the fire temple and there's a fire boss and I beat that. And some of like the dungeons are quite hard. Some of them I've managed to do on my own. Some of them I've had to get a walkthrough up because it's quite difficult at times. But it's good fun. It is really, really good fun. I'm loving Ocarina of Time. Is it as good as Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom? For me, not really. I mean, not by a long shot. But I'm having a lot of fun. It's one of those games that I've been meaning to tick off. And I think I'm about maybe halfway through, if not more. We'll see. I might do Majora's Mask after that. But anyways, I finished Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart as well. Working through my what's it called, backlog, and I put Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart down for a while because I was playing it just before Christmas, and that's when I got Spider-Man 2. So I basically left it for a while, started playing Rift Apart a lot. I didn't leave that. Basically, I'm fucking mixing up my words. Basically, I stopped playing Rift Apart, and I started playing Spider-Man 2 a lot, and now that I've finished it, I started Ocarina of Time, and I thought I need to play like a smaller game alongside the more longer games. I picked Rift Apart back up, I had a few sessions, and I finished it. And I've got to say, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is so good. It is so good. I love it. Absolutely stunning game to look at. Like that, just loads of beautiful colours, really really nice imagery and all that. Playing it in performance mode just looks beautiful. And as a game itself, really cool story. I love it. Like the fact that you can play through two different Lombaxes, either Rivet or Ratchet, obviously, and and just the actual humor of it, I think it's hilarious. Like there's been some laugh out loud moments playing this game. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Like I've not played Ratchet and Clank games since like either one of the first two on the PS2 back in the day. Like I used to play them, and I used to think they were really really good. But I've never really played any since then. And Rift Apart is brilliant. It is so good. I know it is free to download if you're paying for the PlayStation Network Plus Extra, which is like the middle tier. It's free. I believe it's free to download on there. I can't remember if I got it free to download off that or it was like a no. I apologise. It was free to download as one of the monthly games. It might still be free to download. I don't know, but highly recommend anyone playing it. Like, it's a really, really cool platformer game. Very, very hilarious. Good. Like, if this was made into like a Pixar like movie or something Disney, like, it would get the pass definitely, because like as I'm playing it and during the cutscenes and everything, it generally felt like I was watching like a really, really good Pixar movie or something like that. Like, it was just brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant from start to finish. Like, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. So yeah, big recommendation for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. So yeah, I did that, and I'm playing Ocarina of Time at the moment. I've been playing a little bit of the PlayStation Vita while I've been at work. I'm in a bit of a Vita sort of, I don't know, like, rabbit hole at the moment, I guess, because I've just started playing it a lot. Like, rather than taking the Switch to work with me, I've been taking the Vita, because I feel bad leaving Haley on her own without the Switch, because she likes playing that Puzzle Bobble game. So I've got I've got my Vita with me, so I've just started playing some other stuff on there. Like, what was I playing? What the bloody hell was I playing? I've been playing some Child of Light. I want to get into the Yi series, because I've got it modded. I can just download whatever the fuck I want. So if by any chance, because I know the Vita is a dead console, and like it had a really, really bad run. If by any chance you like the Vita, let me know, and let me know what games to download, because I can download any. But yeah, I'd love to do an episode on the Vita, actually. I think it would be pretty interesting, because it is such a good console, like, really, really underrated handheld. So yeah, I've been playing games off that while I've been at work. But yeah, that's been it for video games, really. Oh yeah, I've been playing Worms as well with Haley. That's really good fun. If you have a PlayStation Plus Extra, it's free to download. It might even be on Game Pass, actually. It's called Worms WMD, and I was just thinking of a game to play with Haley. I was just like, yeah, what should we play? I downloaded it, and I was like, let's have a go at this. And she's like, I have no idea what it is. And then, like, first couple of games, like, hooked, and every now and then it's like, do you want to play a game of Worms? I'm like, yeah. So yeah, Worms is just a good blast from the past for me, really. I remember playing the very, very first one on the PS1 back in the day. It was one of the first games I ever got. And yeah, it rules. It rules. Like, it's just so funny as well. Like, every time, like, if you kill a worm, it goes, "Oh dear," or "I'll get you." It's very, very funny. But yeah, Worms, brilliant. Love that game. It's absolutely awesome. Yeah. Also, in the world of music, I went to go to a gig. I went to go see Malevolence at Newcastle Student Union. So, Malevolence, I think, are one of the best bands to come out of the UK at the moment in terms of metal. Like, just a brilliant, brilliant metal stroke hardcore band. I've seen them a bunch of times. I've seen them probably about 5 or 6 times now. Mainly on like festival circuits and like support slots and such. But this is the first time I've seen them on a headline gig. You know, love the band, love their albums and everything. So like, obviously, there's no question for me to go with this one. We missed the first support band, I believe, Rough Justice. We missed them, which is actually the guitar player from Malevolence's other band. He drums for them, which is, you know, double duty. Is fair fucking play for the whole tour. But we got in time for Pain of Truth, some real meat and potatoes, beat down hardcore. You know, they sounded great. Really, really enjoyed them. I've never seen Pain of Truth before until then. Really, really love their album that came out last year, Not Through Blood. And, of course, their EP that came out before that, which is awesome. Yeah, Pain of Truth, lots of Hatebreed, you know, like power chords and beat downs and shit like that. Guest vocal spots. Yeah, it was really, really good fun. The sound was a little bit muddy for them every now and then, but yeah, I thought they were great. They were sound. And then came on Malevolence, and I sigh like that because this gig, right? I mean, first off, like the band were great, of course. Like the band themselves were great. The set list that they did was great. You know, they're all stoked to be up there. The they are great players. They're great at what they do. But my God, the sound of this gig, the actual sound, it is probably the worst sound of a gig I've ever been to ever in my 20 years of going to gigs. It was fucking horrendous. I'm telling you, like, it was awful. Like, there were times where I thought about, like, just walking out. Like, it was that bad. So, Newcastle Student Union, if you've not been to it, it's not a good venue. It's not great. The only redeeming feature is that it's got a Witherspoons attached to it. But genuinely, as a venue, it's crap. It's probably about a 500 capacity venue ish size. There's quite a lot of pillars there, and pillars tend to get in the way, which is annoying at a venue. The stage isn't that high, so when you're in a sold out venue, it's very, very difficult to see the band. Like, I probably saw like the tops of their heads, pretty much, and like every now and then, like, you know, they'll stand on the barrier and you can see it was like, oh, there he is, there's Alex the singer, oh, there's Josh the guitar player, and that sort of thing. And but nothing can take away from how bad the sound was. It was awful. Basically, it was the kick drums. The kick drums were so overpowering that I found it very, very difficult to enjoy the gig, and you know, or hear anything else really. Like, it was all like very, very, very high to start, like taking sound away from everything else. Like, it was that bad. But there's actually a guy who I know who was there, and he passed a note onto the sound engineer to sort the fucking kick pedals out. But, like, you know, there's still people going mad for them, you know, circle pits and everything. But, like, I just could not enjoy myself at all. It was just abysmal. It was fucking horrible. You know, I wanted to wait it out just in case, like, the sound guy, like, or girl, like, picked up on it and you know, sorted it out. But nothing was getting sorted out at all, and I was very tempted to just walk away. But, you know, I've drove all the way to Newcastle, I might as well stay up there with my brother and all that. And oh God, it was just bad. The worst sound I've ever had at a gig. Like, I just didn't enjoy it. You know, it's not very often that it goes that bad. Newcastle Student Union, sort your fucking venue out, or bands go to Northumbria Student Union instead, which is around the corner, and it's a lot better. It's a lot bigger. It sounds better. The stage is higher. Yada yada yada. But yeah, fucking hell, man. It was bad. Like, I never known sound that bad ever in my life. Like, especially, like, you know, Malevolence are like a metal band, and you know, a lot of bands like them, like, rely on, like, their double kicks and stuff like that. Like, at one point, like, there's a song that they do called Karma, right? And at the beginning of it, like, the kick drums are like 16th notes, and they're very, very fast. So it's like, but instead it's all like, it was fucking horrible. It was absolutely awful. And like, and I don't want to take that away from the band either, because, like, the band, you know, I could see that they were doing a great job. I could see that they were getting really into it. They are a tight band. It was just the sound just really, really, really let them down, man. Like, and that's the thing. Like, they're not going to notice that from where they're stood. You know, maybe it would have sounded better if I moved further forward. But I couldn't be asked to get in the pit. It was just atrocious. It was fucking atrocious. Like, yeah, shame, real shame. I love Malevolence, but, you know, well, I've seen them a bunch of times, so, and they've sounded way, way better than that. But that night was awful. It was tragic. When was it? Was it Sunday night? No, it was a Friday night. It was last Friday, literally last week. As you listen to this, but yeah, real shame. But big up Malevolence, anyways. They are an awesome band. So, music-wise, what have I been listening to? There are some new albums out, or a new album. So, PLAZA are a band from Hartlepool. I'm going to big them up. This is a band from Hartlepool, right? And, yeah, they are a sort of it's hard. I've also found it hard to sort of describe Plaza. They're from Hartlepool. They're a very sort of, I don't want to say shoegaze. I don't want to say indie. Too shoegazy to be indie. Too indie to be shoegaze, I guess. They're quite mathy as well. But yeah, I wanted to talk about them because they've just released an album last week, and I've always liked PLAZA. They've been around for like about 8 years, I think. I think that's what the band said on the Facebook. They've been around for about 8 years. I thought I'd give the album a listen because, you know, from Hartlepool, I've seen them live a few times back when I used to live at home. And yeah, this album is really, really, really good. I've got to say. A Different State of Mind by PLAZA. I really highly recommend it, right? You know, they're a band that aren't signed or anything like that. They're an unsigned band. This album they've been sitting on for a long, long time. You know, up until now releasing it. It's finally out there. They're very, very happy with it. And it's had a lot of good reception as well. Like, you know, 13 tracks, 40 minutes. Yeah, they've got some really, really good shit on here. Like, it's just good to hear a band from Hartlepool releasing some awesome music. Yeah, the vocalist, I believe, what's his name? I fucking forgot. I'm sorry. His name is. I literally had the fucking band's names up there. Bradley Leonard. Yeah, he's got some really cool vocal melodies. He kind of reminds me of Morrissey, but good. Like, his vocal melodies are very sort of Smiths-esque in a way. But like they're very sort of like he's got quite a deep voice. And it doesn't sound like this, like on every other Smith song. I don't like the Smiths, just in case you didn't know. But they've done some really good experimentation as well with like some synthy passages and like you know, like drum pads and that sort of thing. Like it all sounds like really, really nice and luscious and glacial. Like one of my favorite songs on this album is a song called Totem. Very, very sort of 90s sounding really, and some really, really jangly guitars and sort of mathy drumming as well. Like the drumming is very sort of intricate and dead on, and it's just like it's quite complex but simple sounding at the same time. Like they're just a really cool, interesting band, and you know, like coming from Hartlepool, like it's like I feel like Hartlepool has always been surrounded by like an indie scene in a way, and I don't want to sound like the fucking meathead metal boy, you know, and be like indie music is shit, but it was a genre of music I could never get into. But like, if PLAZA are given the indie, you know, label, I'd say they're a big pass for me because I think they just do something really, really interesting and making the song sound very right. Nice and luscious and intricate and interesting, and yeah, like some of the choruses are very, very poppy as well. Like one song in particular as well, "What You Want." I think that's one of the more later songs that they've wrote because I never heard them do it live before back in the day. But "What You Want's" got like a really sort of cool balance and composure type of sound. It's a bit more energetic, a bit more sort of like wishy-washy in its guitar tone, if you know what I mean. Like it's very reverb driven and distorted. Yeah, like that's a really, really great track, and it sounds a lot like Balance and Composure if you're familiar with that type of band. But yeah, they are a great band. Totem's a fantastic track. Different State of Mind, which is the title track, very, very sort of epic sounding and big. And yeah, like the choruses themselves as well, have been stuck in my head all week. After I've been listening to this album a few times. So yeah, PLAZA, it's spelled PLAZA. Yeah, up the pools, proud of Hartlepool. This album's great. I highly recommend you get on it. You know, they're selling it on vinyl as well, CD. I think are they selling it on cassette as well? I don't know. But yeah, PLAZA. Give them a listen. Their album, A Different State of Mind, is great. So yeah, I'm hoping to see them live soon at some point, really, because I miss seeing them. I know they've been touring for the past year or so, playing different shows. course, playing different shows, playing different like towns and cities and all that in the UK, and doing a few Hartlepools shows. They did actually have an album release show at Newcastle the day I went to see Malevolence, and like if I'd have known that the sound was going to be shit for Malevolence, I would have I would have just went to that. In fact, I probably should have just walked out of the Malevolence gig and just gone to see PLAZA instead. Yeah, big regret, but yeah, I highly recommend PLAZA, their album, A Different State of Mind. Also, Outbreak Festival have announced some new bands. Oh no, a new band. So, they have announced their final headliner, and it looks like it's going to be a co-headliner situation between Basement on the Friday, and the new headliner is Have Heart, which are a band I am unfamiliar with, to be honest. I know that people absolutely love Have Heart. They're, you know, big band in the hardcore scene, and I listened to their album Songs to Scream at the Sun, and it's awesome. It's fucking awesome, man. Like it's very it's like a heavy touche amore. I like it. So they've just been announced for Outbreak Festival. They're going to be co-headlining with Basement. I can imagine it being one of those sort of very, you know, tugging on your flannel, scream, fucking hardcore shit that I'm looking forward to. Yeah, Have Heart. I'm happy with that. They're going to be playing Outbreak Festival. They're going to be headlining it with Basement and plenty of other great bands, you know. Action Bronson headlining the Friday. American Football headlining the Sunday. Happy fucking days. Happy days, man. But yeah, I think they've got some more bands to announce as well on the Friday day. I think the Friday is looking quite sparse, which is more of like your weird hip hop type day. But yeah, it's looking like a fucking solid lineup, and I can't wait for Outbreak Festival again. I think that is it for this week's MastoCast. Like I say, it's been a short one. Not a lot has been going on really, and I'm kind of like keeping the podcast sparse. That's the one, because I've got some stuff to do today. You know, I'm getting ready for a bloody engagement party, aren't I? Our engagement party, so that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna get drunk and have a good time and dance with my family and friends and my fiance. But yeah, I will see you all again next week, and yeah, just take care, everyone. Take care. Sorry if this has taken another week to come out, and you know, sorry I've been a bit sort of unprepared for recording on this one, because that's what at least it sounds like. But yeah, listen to the new PLAZA album. It's great. Get excited for Outbreak. Play Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart if you can, and same with what's it called? Ocarina of Time. If you've got the NSO on the Switch, hell yeah. Thanks very much for listening. Thanks very, very much for listening. Like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, you know. YouTube, Spotify, yada, yada, yada. You know the drill. All the links in the bio of the podcast, wherever you're listening to it from. And, yeah, I will see you next week. Take care. I love you. Bye-bye.